Each year, Microsoft Research hosts hundreds of influential speakers from around the world, including leading scientists, renowned experts in technology, book authors, and leading academics, and makes videos of these lectures freely available.
I just want to start off with a few images from India. Hi, I'm Deena Mehta. Can you hear me? I'm having a bit of a problem with this. Yeah, I'm Deena Mehta, and I'm from Bombay, India. Bombay is known as the maximum city in India, and for good reason. We have about 1 million people per square mile. That's the kind of density we're talking about. Just a few pictures from India to give you a kind of perspective. This is our local train. This is a busy street in Bangalore. The kinds of uses that people are putting mobile phones to and the kinds of people using mobile phones. There's a fisherman in Kerala. Children, of course. This is a panwala who sits outside restaurants and gives you an aftermint. And he has a cell phone. I was blogging from a village which had no electricity, using my cell phone modem. Just different pictures. So I just want to leave you with this thought that, India is so has such a vast sort of population, and it's rapidly becoming a mobile society today. Now we're probably 2 to 3 years away from a large majority of this 1 million people per square mile owning mobile phones, and that's quite a lot. Now, currently, if you look at the market, we have about 75 million users, mobile phone users, as opposed to 45 million landline users in all of India. So it's a growing market, and we're adding about 4.5 million users every month. So the projections are really by 2009 or 2010, we'd have about 200 million mobile phone users in India. What's also interesting about this market is that it could cost you about as low as $2.50 to actually get a mobile connection and be connected to the world. And there's an immediate payoff of that. And people are using the mobile phone for all kinds of things. It's not just communicating and making calls, but it's for their business. It's to entertain themselves. I know people who actually just listen to radio, FM radio on their phones. My vegetable vendor, he calls me up on the mobile phone and says, "Madam, I have X and X vegetable. Would you like some today?" So he uses it for his business. The delivery man uses it. The rickshaw driver uses it, and he tells you that I'll pick you up at this spot at this time. So the cost of doing business is coming down as a result. They personalize it. The ringtones industry is huge. It's larger than the music industry in India. And the music industry is large because Bollywood and music is a very, very intrinsic part of our culture. People are playing games on their cell phones. You see these guys sitting outside stock markets just playing Tetris or something like that on their phones constantly. And SMS, I think there's a point to be made about SMS. The mobile phone is not really about calling, making calls alone. It's about connectivity, and it's about messaging. And we have this phenomenon called the missed call phenomenon. So my driver, for example, when I'm going to another city, he just sends me a missed call and says, I'm at the arrivals for you. And all I have to do then is call him up. He won't call me because that costs him money. So he sends me a missed call. So missed call has become part of our parlance. That I'll send you a missed call and you call me back, or you call me back when you need to. Now, the mobile phone is also our gateway to the internet. As I was talking to some of these people at lunch and during the earlier session, I'm logged on to Yahoo Messenger and MSN wherever I'm in the whole world without GPRS or without any kind of internet connectivity that I have to pay for. So it is through SMS, and the cost is really, really low. So I can be online anywhere through my cell phone. Now this becomes an interesting challenge. And how I think some of the thoughts that I want to leave this whole discussion with, and actually have discussions later on, are around the low cost that I've talked about. 75% or 77% of our mobile phones are prepaid connections, not postpaid connections. And if you can get a prepaid connection for as low as $2.50 a month, that's the kind of rate we're talking about. We're talking about a messaging mechanism, and I'm just wondering about how important context and access control will play, how important that becomes in sharing, in also areas of privacy, etc. And is there really a value in personalizing the service? Currently it's an individual personalized service. How can we then move it into a social space and into areas that build communities? Just a small example I'll leave you with is we had the equivalent of the American Idol program in India. It's called the Indian Idol, and we had 55 million, not surprising, we had 55 million text messages coming in through that program. Now, my whole thing was, how can that community be harnessed? Even by an advertiser for commercial purposes, what can we do with those kinds of volumes that are just, pouring in? And the final thought is really around the mobile phone not just being a mobile phone, but it's an instrument that, people want to be able to listen to songs on, download ringtones and play music on. It's a status symbol today in India. It's for business, it's for friends, it's for networking, it's for entertaining. It's doing all these things for us. So what does that mean then in terms of having one device that does so many tasks? Thank you.